All right, so I'm waiting for confirmation, but the people on Facebook should be able to hear me now, and they should also be able to hear me on YouTube. All right, so keep me posted, guys. You guys over here on my team. All right, so I heard that YouTube is fine. We did have some issues with Facebook last week. Hopefully they're not repeating this time around. So I don't know, we're gonna have technical issues again on Facebook. You guys let me know. So let's see over here. Okay. All right, so I'm live on YouTube right now. We're good. Facebook seems to be
Hey, YouTube.
not very
Hey
friendly.
everyone.
Yeah, not very friendly right now. All right, so we gotta fix that. So Chris, what's the word? We're not like? Oh man. Okay. All right,
Can
guys. So
they hear us
bear
on
with
Facebook?
us. What's that?
Can they hear us on Facebook?
No, Facebook is not live at all. It's not utilizing the
Okay.
event. Yeah. So we had the same problem last week. We didn't test it for all the week because, as you know, we were on vacation drinking piña coladas and daiquiris and things like that. But it's still like going for some technical difficulties. It might be something that I have to reboot the entire like Wirecast and reset and upgrade the system. I'm not sure, but regardless, we're gonna make it an awesome episode. Let me try it one more time over here. I'm gonna check over here the settings and see if we can do something to fix this right here. All right. So let's see. Now, systemic stack issues as last time. The event is there, but we're not able to make it go live. All right, something that we need to go through technical issue here on the Wirecast side. I use a platform called Wirecast. It's been a great platform for many years. I've been using it since 2013, but it does have some technical issues once in a while with the events. So let's see. I'm gonna send out. If you can stand by for a second, guys, I'm going to send a link to our people, and then we'll just get started, all right? I'm going to send a link for people to join us on YouTube. So, Chris, if you can do the same thing, let's push on that. And from now on, we're going to have to push on YouTube until we figure it out, all right? Yeah, so on Facebook, a Messenger, on Manychat, any platform that we have, let's send out the link right now so people can join us, because otherwise they're going to miss out on an epic episode here. All right, stand by, guys.
Should we sing some hold music?
Jorge, how are your singing skills, man?
Well, today we sung Happy Birthday to Dan.
It's Dan's birthday today.
That's
He
right.
doesn't want us to sing Happy Birthday for him, though, right, Dan?
No, the chorus, the AGM chorus is it needs a lot of work.
Might,
Yeah.
might have to do this on live for you, Dan, because you love it so much.
But now we're almost there. We're 1 week out. The Black Friday offers coming strong.
Yeah, man, this whole year has been weird. Sometimes it feels super fast. Sometimes it feels like, it's dragging out. But one thing's for sure, like you said, next week it's here.
Exactly. And I think this year is going to be better than ever because all these people have been forced to sort of embrace online shopping, and I think it's going to be unbelievable. I think it's going to be crazy online. I think it's going to be nuts. It's going to be awesome.
For sure, record breaking, no doubt.
Yeah, it's been record breaking for a lot of companies. It's been something else, including ourselves in Natural Slim. We've had an incredible year. It's hard to say that, but I can tell you that I don't see another year in our history being as important as this one. I don't see another year in the future being as important as this one. This is a year in which we took off. This is a year in which the internet has massively accelerated its progress. That's all it's been, because I mean, it's just inevitable, right? We were moving in that direction. It was a COVID-19 world, and before COVID-19, internet was becoming front and center around the world, and it was evolving rapidly, and that was already happening. But due to COVID-19, the acceleration of the internet was something that nobody expected, and companies like us, we have been benefiting greatly, both our marketing agency and our clients, the Dr. Bergs of the world and the Natural Slims of the world, and a lot of the brands that we work with have done fantastic, because it's just the way it is, right? It's the opportunities, like the great philosopher Seneca. I keep on talking about this quote over and over again. Preparation is what happens when you get lucky, is that preparation is meeting opportunity, right? That's really what luck is all about. All right, great, guys. So people are coming in. I want to thank you guys for joining. Facebook, again, failed on us. We are not live on Facebook. I'm going to give you guys a quick intro as to today's social marketing hour. I like to show you inside our agency, and I like to give you guys actual strategies of what's working and what's not working, and I like to have you guys take advantage of those strategies and implement them, and not suffer analysis paralysis or implementation paralysis, but actually get practical and get things done, because that's the only way that you move forward. I did not come this far. I did not get to where I'm at today by just getting training and doing nothing. I got to where I'm at today by getting a lot of training, just like you guys that are here, maybe watching this episode or listening to this podcast, because most of you guys are probably listening to this podcast. I get more people to listen to my podcast, which is, by the way, the Facebook Marketing Ninja podcast, than they actually watch my Facebook or YouTube lives. We get a lot of downloads. We just crossed 250,000 downloads this last month. So it's a great platform for me to communicate value to you guys. So I want to thank you, all of you guys that are podcast listeners that have been listening for a while. I want to make sure that you guys are appreciated. I appreciate very much your attention and being a part of my journey or my obsession with helping you guys and providing a lot of value. So a lot of people talk about success. I like to show success. I don't like to talk about it much. I like to, like I've said over the years, I like to walk and then talk instead of just talking about things that I think are going to be successful. I generally like to just really provide value to people based on what I am seeing myself. So a day like today, I'm not interviewing people that I don't even know what their actual path is. One of the things that I've talked about several times already with some of you guys, and also I mentioned on my earlier broadcast, is that I don't really interview people that I don't respect greatly myself, or that I haven't had a personal connection with. I only interview people on my show. I get a lot of requests every day. On LinkedIn, on Instagram, on email, all over the place, people that want to be on my podcast or they want to be on my show or whatever. And generally, I always decline, just because I like to feel real. Whenever I bring you somebody, whenever I bring something to you, it is generally based on my own experience with that person, with that individual. And because of that, I really feel that I can provide a lot of value to you by doing that. If I don't have that in place, if I don't have that certainty of what this person is going to talk about, I don't. For example, if I have a student that I know has walked the talk themselves and has actually provided that value for their own organization, then I can bring him in here and I can have him talk about what he's accomplished with the things that we talk about here. I'm obsessed with practicality. I'm obsessed with people that are into doing things, not just learning about things, but they want to grab something and implement it, and whether that's successful or not, grab another thing and implement it and then keep on moving forward, because that's the only way that you can actually move forward as an entrepreneur. All right, so that being said, all right, so see, you should be recording this thing over here. I don't know why it's not being recorded, but boom, it's a little red button. You press it, and now we record. We have that extra file. So let's make sure that we are ready to provide that value along the way to all of us, all right? And that's what it's all about. So today, I have some people that are going to bring you some serious value. And these people are from my own organization. One of these persons is somebody that has been in my life for a very long time, and he's a partner of mine, and you guys have seen him maybe throughout different podcasts and segments and content and videos, or maybe you have seen his TikTok, which he has done a lot of great stuff there on the TikTok platform. We call him Coach Jorge. He's the Chief Marketing Officer of AGM, all right? And he is going to be with us today here. And then we have the Senior Account Manager of AGM. We have, as you guys know, we have a marketing agency, and we handle a lot of accounts. Some bigger boys and some smaller players that are just getting started, and they are with high hopes of being able to scale their business, and they're in our organization. Well, we have a person who is in charge of all the account managers. He's the one responsible over training them and making sure that the next level strategies are implemented, and my vision, my marketing vision, is executed across all the accounts. And he has a lot of data. He's accomplished a lot of success managing accounts. So I want to make it a very practical session. So I'm bringing these two people on today, Dan Avila and Jorge Rodriguez, so we can talk about the subject of marketing in this holiday environment. We got Black Friday coming up in less than, 8 days now? It's Thursday right now as we're recording this. Black Friday is coming up. There's a lot of people that are starting promotions already, because it's not really Black Friday anymore. It's more like Black November. So people are starting with the promotions right now. We have a whole strategy in place, and we want to make sure that you guys have as much as possible going for you, because there's many, many opportunities. And let me tell you something that I know as a fact. This year, internet is breaking records, guaranteed. Black Friday and holiday sales are going to absolutely crush it. Not only because it's COVID-19, there's been an acceleration every single year. So every single year they crush it. Every December, regardless of COVID, it absolutely crushes the previous December. Every Black Friday absolutely crushes the previous Black Friday. But now let's add to the equation the fact that people cannot feel as free as always to go outside and congregate. Well, they're spreading a lot of fear, guys. Right now, as you guys might have seen on the media, there's a lot of fear going out there. Dark days are in front of us for the world. COVID-19 is breaking records. That's a reality. I think they reported 130,000 cases yesterday, something like that. Every single day is getting higher and higher numbers. So what does that mean? Are people not shopping because of that? No, they're just basically bunkered down, all right? These people are actually right now at homes, glancing their phones, working on Zoom, working from their home. Right now, I got my two kids here at my office in AGM/Natural Slim. Why? Because somebody at the school tested positive, and because of that, they shut down the office for the next week, the school. So it's happening throughout the world. So just those things are common sense. And it tells you how you're on track for a record-breaking season if you know what you're doing. So you got to pay attention and get some of these things executed, because if you do, you're going to benefit from it quite much. Now, it's not only about Black Friday. The thing that I want you guys to keep in mind in regards to Black Friday, in regards to the holiday season, is that you use it to build enormous excitement about your brand. And when you do this and you have a huge amount of people that come into your journey, and they buy something from you and they engage with you, and you get a chance to position yourself and give them value and establish a relationship with them, that helps you start 2021 with a bang. So you want to get started strong? Utilize the frenzy, the craziness of the 2020 holiday season to get set up for success in 2021 and beyond, all right? So without further ado, I'm gonna bring Jorge and Dan into the screen right now, and we're gonna talk some serious marketing here, all right? So let's see how you guys can see this well, and let's test it all out. Can you guys hear me well?
Yes,
Jorge, Dan?
yeah.
Yeah, can hear you.
Okay. Okay, great. So I think you guys, we look pretty good. I haven't tested this out before, but I'm looking at the screen and it feels like we got a good system here, right? I see Dan's face, I see Jorge's face, I see Jorge's heavyweight championship belt on the background, and which, by the way, we'll give you guys some strategies for that. That's for people that have Shopify brands. And basically, I want to take some popcorn, all right, and I want to eat it while you guys talk marketing, and then let's make it super powerful, because you guys are in the trenches, like they say. You guys are in the battleground, and as you guys know, I put a lot of pressure on you. Or do you think I'm pretty light? What do you guys think? Am I like, oh, you guys,
just a little bit.
You guys
No,
can
just
give me results or not results. It's up to you. What do you guys think?
just watch the Halloween video when you're like, more. That's like every other day.
Yeah, for those of you guys that don't know, I dressed up as Kylo Ren on Halloween, and that was a lot of fun, especially because Kylo Ren, I don't know if you guys remember that scene on Star Wars. Any of you guys that saw the Star Wars series, that at the end, he's trying to kill Luke really badly, and he's so anxious about it that he wants to keep on trying to destroy him, and he's asking for more. So I was trying to like get into that whole thing with Kylo, but he's better than me. I couldn't make it. But you guys did give me more. So that was good.
That's right.
All right, guys. So what do you think? Are there opportunities in the world of marketing right now in this environment? Jorge, what do you think? Do we have things that we can show these people today?
Yeah, I'm excited about today. It's going to be really, really good, packed with a lot of good tips that Dan and I mean, we brainstorm every single day about different tips and how to approach different accounts and stuff. So we have a lot of good things that we can share with you guys today.
All right, so let's get started. All right, so what do you guys think? What is the number one thing that anybody needs to focus on? Right now, we got 7 days really until the frenzy begins, right? So what is the number one tip that we should give people for them to be able to leverage this craziness that's about to start in the next couple of days?
I would say that don't wait. The best time to have done it is yesterday, and the next best time is today. The worst time to do it is tomorrow, because tomorrow it never comes. So if you don't have a list, be creative. If you have a list, use it. If you have any Facebook engagement, use it. If you have video views, whatever your assets are, use them to create a little bit of anticipation for people visiting your stores or visiting your businesses, and give them information that would help them make a decision and give them some incentive to shop over that period of time.
So let's say that somebody wants to get started and they want to take you up on that advice, and they want to get started today, and they don't really have a list yet. They haven't gone through that process. Maybe they're an Amazon seller and they don't have anybody to communicate, or nothing that amounts to much. What is something that they could do? I have a couple of ideas myself, but right now, like, is it too late to get started getting something done to be able to leverage the holiday season? Or what should we start? What would be based on what you guys are seeing, all right? I don't know if Jorge or Dan, you guys want to answer that, but based on what you guys are seeing right now, what is the quickest path to having a list of people interested in your offers on this holiday season?
I would say build engagement.
Yeah, definitely build engagement. And I was basically going to say almost the same thing. Like, you got to build your audience. So engagement is one way. There's certain campaigns you can do on Facebook to generate people watching a video, and then you can retarget them. That's another form of a list that you can do. That's not necessarily maybe a name and an email, which is more valuable, but you're still building a list there that you'll be able to use in the next coming week.
Right. So, okay, let's talk about a couple of strategies for list building. I know that we have and here's a tip for any of you guys listening that want to find a specific thing to get done. There is a platform that we've used many, many times already. We're not affiliated with it, so I'm not giving you this out of, I don't own ownership on this particular company. I'm telling you a tool that we've used very successfully to generate a lot of leads, all right? So there's a few of them, but right now we're accomplishing enormous success with this thing called UpViral, all right? And Jorge or Dan, Jorge, what's the website for UpViral? All right, what's the website?
Just 𝗟𝗘𝗥𝗡.
Okay, so 𝗟𝗘𝗥𝗡. And the purpose of this tool is it's really a list building machine. That's what it is. So if you guys want to generate a lot of phone numbers and emails, and even generate a lot of followers on social media, subscribers on YouTube, and so on, there's a lot of things that you can do with it. You can set up a campaign with that platform. Now, how expensive is it, Dan?
It's not expensive at all, and actually, you could do it. You could build a very basic UpViral in about 2 hours if you just sat and did it. It's not that complicated. Very user friendly. You could use a ClickFunnels landing page, and then you just promote it on social media. And if you do it right, the promotion promotes itself, in that you incentivize the people in the contest to push the contest for you, and they end up being your ambassadors. They grow your list for you.
Goes viral.
You're not having to do the work. Yeah.
It's a good name, right? UpViral, right? It's the idea is to make it go viral. But I seen that platform evolve. Jorge, way back when you and I were starting up, this platform was already going, and it was being used a lot to have people spread. And it has something that it's a game that gets created on it, and people enjoy that, and you can see like your standings on it. But I'll give you an idea on what we can use it for that you can get started with right now. Would you guys agree that this is probably the fastest and easiest way to get some list building done before the holiday season, first of all?
Yeah, that's the one that we're using the most for fastest growth.
Right, because there's also very long-term strategies here, right? Like that you want to implement. Like we talk about the content strategy and going down the route of providing a lot of value and building a lot of people interested in your content and following up on them and nurturing them. That's a long-term route, but that's not a route that if you want to get started today, you're not going to profit from that route in December. It's not going to happen. It's something that you do for the long term. It's extremely valuable. If you look at a company like Natural Slim, that we have offices in 9 countries at this point. We started building in the USA 13 years ago. In 2013, we started doing content every day, and we started posting this content. It's been 7 years of content, consistent content across the internet. It doesn't happen overnight, but right now, this content is the content that feeds the organization. But if you look at the long-term vision, that's the way it is. If you go to another person like Dr. Eric Berg, who I did interview on the Social Marketing Hour, he goes back to 2009 on social media when he started creating content on YouTube. 11 years of content in the making and a process of building all this rapport, all these audiences, all this engagement, all this interest. That is actually something that we feed off of right now. So if you want to find things for right now, you got to come up with strategies. And strategies are going to determine whether you leverage this or not. So yes, please go all in on the content route. It's going to pay off big time if you do it consistently, and if you get dedicated and you have a purpose and you have a motivation to really help people. But it's not going to help you make more money during the 2020 holiday season. It's going to take you a while. So if you want to get things going right now, you got to generate audiences, and you're going to provide value, and you're going to do list building, and you're going to have to do strategies. So that being said, what's a strategy, Jorge, that somebody can go to upviral.com and create this contest? And let's talk about the funnel, right? Where does it start?
So
that process?
the very first thing, and probably the most important thing, is your offer. You have to have something that's going to be enticing enough to help you make it go viral. So one thing that we do a lot for our e-commerce is if it's a product that can be bought more than once, like let's say it's a beauty cream or something like this. So we'll do a 1-year supply of the product. 6 or something like that, or maybe we'll do like a whole product line that we offer, our whole catalog or something like that. So first of all, it has to be something big like that. Maybe it's a $500 shopping spree on our website, but again, it can't be just $10 shopping. Like it has to be a big offer.
Okay, so let's talk about examples across different types of business models. Let's say that you're in e-commerce, right? Let's say that you're doing this for one of our brands. I know we've done some very successful ones recently. what was the offer? Let's give them an idea on what's the exact offer that we put together. That from Facebook, we drove people to the 𝗟𝗪𝗟𝗡 landing page, and we had people opting in like crazy. And I know, because I've seen the numbers, that we were generating phone numbers and emails for a quarter, which is incredible, right? So 25 cents. That's very, very cheap. What was the offer on that case?
Dan, where he helped me, we did a shopping.
Items. If you're selling something that the items are $20, $300 is a lot. It's a lot of value to the customer who's going to get something for free, incentivizing them to participate.
And the good thing is, like, to the store owner, it's not going to cost you $500. The perceived value is $500, but your goods, your cost of goods is not going to be $500.
Okay.
So in reality, you're not giving away the whole full $500.
Okay, cool. So what is the exact offer? Like, I'm sorry, guys, I lost you for about a minute because my AirPod was going crazy. But what is the exact offer? Just what is the thing that when they land on that page, what do they see?
$500 shopping spree. Let's just say it's a $500 shopping spree.
Okay, $500 shopping spree. All right. Okay, that works. All right. So now,
what's important here is that we didn't do like an Amazon gift card shopping type of thing. Like, we made a shopping spree on our store, just to be clear, because, like I was saying, it's not going to cost you the full $500 if you do it that way.
Okay, so $500 shopping spree. Now, you know that there's a lot of skepticism here, and people like me. I grew up. I feel like I'm lucky now, and I've actually gotten really lucky over the years. But I think the first 25 years of my life, I felt like the most unlucky human being in the world. I mean, so much so that everything was going bad. Everything for so many years. In my case, like you guys know that there was obviously an economic meltdown in 2008. And everybody lost money, and we lost houses and everything. I literally feel, and I felt confident, and I would challenge anybody that I was the last person to buy a property before the market crashed. The last person, all right? So I bought a property at the peak of the bubble, and the day I closed, that day, the market crashed on me. So I bought a property for $250,000, all right, $250,000. I had no money. I was making $500 a week. And for some strange reason, a bank says, sure, I'll finance it to you. $250,000, piece of cake. Oh, you got no down payment? Oh, no problem. I'll give it to you without any down payment. Let's go. Sign here. I signed. I said, wait, that's great. We got a house. Market crashes the same day. That's how it felt. All right, so I feel like the most unlucky individual in the world. So how do you handle somebody like me? Now, not anymore, right? Because I've had a lot of luck over the years, and it's mainly because I have gotten prepared, right? So it goes back to the thing that I say, that what does it mean to get lucky? Preparation meeting opportunity. I wasn't prepared for the first 25 years of my life. So I kept on losing and losing and losing. But you got to realize that most people out there are skeptical. And they don't believe in brands, and they don't believe in you. They don't believe in marketers at all. They tend to be very skeptical of all of it, and they don't feel that they can win anything because they don't trust that they have the luck for them to be selected. They already know, like, if somebody goes into a 𝗟𝗪𝗟𝗡 campaign with, I don't know, 1 million people going, I mean, what are the chances? I'm not going to win the lotto. That's why I work so hard, because I know I'm not going to win the lotto. So how do you get through that point? Because my opinion, all right, now I'll tell you, Jorge and Dan, and maybe one of you guys can pitch in on this. My opinion is that if you don't work into this offer, this is not really an offer. This is a contest, right? So you're saying, opt in and help me, right? And I'm going to get a lead, and I'm going to spam you, and I'm going to blast you left and right, and I'm going to try to get you to buy something from me. And the chances of you winning are 1 in a million, but still, I'm going to get a chance to sell you something. You see, if you only do this, in my opinion, it's about the brand, it's about you, and not about the actual individual. So how do we turn this? You guys know that I had the concept of what I called If you guys haven't been consuming for a while my content, you don't know what I'm talking about. But I created, or we created at AGM, the most successful marketing campaign in history. It's incredible. I mean, I'm talking about God milk type of campaign, right? It's like, it was incredible because we did an explosion. I mean, our company exploded. We went next level Natural Slim, not only in our product sales, in our digital product programs, in our audiences. We went viral. My dad became a superstar. He was already a superstar. He went next level with this campaign. But we had an offer, right, in which, yes, there was a chance to win something based on luck, but everybody wins. Everybody wins. And that's the key. And that's what I challenge all of you guys to create, an offer in which everybody wins something. Because when you do that, you take away the skepticism. And that's what you want to do. You want to make sure that those people that are like me, oh, come on, I'm not going to win this. All these guys want to do is they want to sell me something, which is a fact. We're marketers. We're trying to scale and make more money, right? Because of that, we want to sell you something.
I mean, that for sure, that's a factor. But I'll say to combat that factor, you can do two things. You can have either people that work with you or for you, or your family members, or anybody, past customers, anybody go and comment on your ad and talk about your brand and how much they like it. That will, help jumpstart the social proof that you need to overcome that skepticism. But then the cool thing about 𝗟𝗡𝗥𝗡 is because because you have to share the offer with friends, so you can get more points and more entries. When a friend is sharing it directly with you, then that eliminates most, if not all, of the skepticism. So, but what you just said is very key too. Like, if you could make it where it's a win-win, everybody's going to win something here, then that increases the offer.
Right. So
the other thing to consider in it,
go ahead, Dan,
is the fact that the 𝗟𝗡𝗥𝗡 is because they're viral sharing platforms. You can also, in that sharing, indoctrinate the customers. So by the time they enter, you're then sending them thank you messages, and you're indoctrinating them. You're giving them that warm and fuzzy up front. You're not trying to sell them anything. That's the beauty of the 𝗟𝗡𝗥𝗡. It's a list building tool where you're indoctrinating them by joining the contest. When you indoctrinate them, they're willing to share it even more. And that's how come it becomes viral.
Right. And here's my thought on this, guys. And this is how I can tell you that you can approximate the level of success we've done here with some of these campaigns. Yes, go ahead and do a shopping spree. $500. That's like money, right? That's awesome. And make it for real. Don't be like one of those guys that are giving away like a Ferrari and then it's not really real. It never happens, right? Just be real, be a brand, because otherwise that's going to hurt your brand. So you do a real giveaway that it's going to motivate people to participate. But also make sure that you tackle the skeptical people by saying, hey, just so you know, I'm giving you a gift. As soon as you opt in, all you got to do is somehow incorporate into your 𝗟𝗡𝗥𝗡 campaign, whatever the case may be. Just to be clear, we use another platform called Manychat. Manychat allows you to do similar things. There's many things that are way more powerful with Manychat, and there's things that are better with 𝗟𝗡𝗥𝗡. So we do use them both here at AGM. Manychat is something that we have been very deep in for many, many years. We're actually at AGM Marketing, we are the top Manychat agency in the world, #1. This is like something that we're really good at. So I can tell you that it's a very powerful tool if you create a Manychat flow. That if you guys don't know what Manychat is, you guys can check it out at manuelsuarez.com/Manychat, Manychat. You can create a conversation that from Facebook, you bring them in, you extract their phone numbers and emails in order for them to participate, and then you present to them the contest or the details that they're going to want to have in order for them to be interested in the actual follow-through towards that participation. Manychat or 𝗟𝗡𝗥𝗡, these are my two go-to platforms right now if you guys want to do a big explosion of leads of people interested in whatever your offers are going to be. What I do recommend that regardless of the platform that you utilize, no matter whatever the case may be, yes, there are learning curves. I would say, Jorge and Dan, do you guys agree that 𝗟𝗡𝗥𝗡 might have a shorter learning curve than Manychat?
Yeah.
I would say that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if you guys want to do something fast and simple, then 𝗟𝗡𝗏𝗏. I mean, I am an affiliate of Manychat, so I do make money if you go for my link on 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏. So I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, right? If you want to do something fast and more user-friendly, I do believe Manychat is very user-friendly. That's my opinion. It's very simple to use. But if you want to get something fast, there is a little bit of a smaller learning curve with 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏. It's very self-explanatory. You don't need any coding experience. You don't need any special skills in the world of
You'll just to connect your email CRM to it, but so you can collect everything, right? But other than that, everything's just done right there on the website. It's very user friendly, like you said.
Right. So to translate for those of you guys what Jorge just said, like if you have an email relationships software, like for example, Infusionsoft, ActiveCampaign, Constant Contact, MailChimp, whatever the case may be, the way that you, when you handle 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏, you're going to be generating leads, and you have to make sure that you communicate those leads into your systems. And there's going to be a connection that has to be built in here. And if you guys are marketers, you know you know platforms like Zapier, which are meant to make those connections occur. You can check it out at Z as in zebra, APPIER.com. But if you connect both an offer and a gift, then you can approach both angles of like the skeptical, all right, okay, great, I win something here too. Since I never win anything, and I know I'm not gonna win the $500, I absolutely know as a fact, I am not winning the $500, all right? I'm not being negative. I just know I'm not gonna win it, all right? Guys, I was one of those, all right? Never I would win a basket. There could be 4 people on a party, and I had a 25% chance of winning a basket, and I would not win it. Never. So I'm already like, I already know. So the way that you bring me into the funnel is with like, hey, just so you know, if you don't win, regardless, I put together something that you're going to get a lot of value from. And this is something that I generally sell for $100. And it's a free membership, or it's a free guide, or it's a mini course, or it's a training, or, hey, I got a sample that I want to send to you out. If you have an e-commerce product, and I want to give it out to you also because I do want to provide a lot of value to you, and I want to give you guys something that you can actually utilize whether you win or not. This is for real. If you write a sincere message, and you really offer them something of value in exchange for their participation and helping you spread the word, this thing will go up viral. Ah, that was cool, huh? I did not plan that. All right, so what are some ideas that you guys can give them? Like, let's see, Jorge and Dan, you guys are super deep into this stuff. So how can you position this? So there's something that we can even give, like for an e-commerce brand, for example, that we can give them some value.
If you have a item that needs recommended tips, how to use it, you could give tips about whatever problem that product or your service is supposed to solve. A diet help, recipes,
right?
Shopping tips, shopping tips for the products that you need, recommended uses. A list of a checklist or something that would give people a lot of value. Like, hey, I didn't just sign up for a contest. I actually have someone helping me improve my life.
Yeah, information product is going to be very easy to deliver. It's not going to cost you a lot. So you can, give an ebook. There's ways to get free or very low cost white label books that you could just give away. So that's going to be the easiest. But like you said, Manuel, I think a sample would be really powerful too. So if it's something, your product is something where you can give away maybe a little 1 ounce or 2 ounce of whatever it is, that'd be very powerful.
Great ideas. Okay, good stuff, guys. So once we have the offer put together and we have the special gift and we have the price, it could be more than one price, right? It could be like first, second, third place.
You could,
yep.
Yeah.
And what do they have to do to win that prize? How does that work?
There's two ways that you can do it. So like you just said, you can have first, second, third, or you could just have. You can get into a contest where it's like everybody. It's a point system. So whoever has the most points going to win, or you can randomize it and just, I'm going to pick one winner randomly. If you're going to decide to do like the point system and people can get more and more points and you're going to incentivize them to take action, what's cool about 𝗟𝗪𝗟 is you can do you can program certain actions to give them points. So for example, let's say you say, just simply share this on social media and you get an extra point. Refer one of your friends to opt in and you're going to get 10 points. But then you can get really ninja with it and you can say, okay, help me take a survey to learn more about your customers or whatever it is, something like that. And then that's going to equal, let's say, 100 points, something that you really want them to do and take action so that you can learn more from that, so you can make your brand better and be a better marketer with information. So you give them 100 points for something like that, like taking a survey. But Dan has more ideas on like what we've been able to do to grow social media channels and stuff like that.
Yeah, one of the things that's really powerful is you can use the contest, as I said, to indoctrinate the contest entrants. So you make them watch a product video about the product. You maybe make them read a blog post about the problem that product's supposed to solve. Maybe you let them subscribe to your YouTube channel, so now they have access to all of the content you've been making. You can do all these things that get them, by the time the contest is over, you have a list of people who are educated about your service, your business, your product, your brand. And then when you start doing offers to them, you're not offering to blind. You're offering to people who at least have some general understanding of what it is you do. You're more likely to get sales out of that process.
Right, and I think it's also based on IP, right? So if somebody clicks on the link towards the 𝗟𝗪𝗟 website, they will see the score on any of the computers that they check, or how does that work?
Yeah, it will save the cookie, but it will also save it with their email address. They get a custom link delivered to them via SMS, Manychat, and email. They click the link, it takes them to their specific page where they has the sharing link, the ways to get points, and information about the contest. So they always have it at their fingertips.
So contest, guys.
Yeah,
contest is the way to go right now. That's if you build that out.
Contest, and I would add to that one last thing is to make it, don't make the window so big. Make it maybe a couple of weeks, max, I would say 3 weeks out, so people will take action. If you say, oh, this is going to last for the next 2 months or whatever, people just lose interest and they don't play the game, which is what you want them to do.
Right. Okay, good. So here's a question for you guys. And I can probably answer this one myself too, but I want to hear your thoughts on this. How do you apply something like this to somebody that's not an e-commerce brand, a service business, for example?
So if let's say you're someone who has maybe a dry cleaner, maybe you offer them something like, a special, they get their stuff dry cleaned for 2 months, whatever the value is of that. And then hopefully if you have a business and you're on social media, you are making some content. So you should have some ways to educate your customers on why your business is better, because you're incentivizing them. And so you could talk about how clean the materials you use are, how easy you are, your extended office hours. Everyone has a unique selling proposition in their business that they should be able to tell their customers. You just need to highlight that and then use the contest to give the customer information that they wouldn't otherwise have looked for, because now they're paying attention. The contest is giving the customer a reason to pay attention to whatever it is you want to say to them.
Right. I would also say that if for a local business like that, on that example that Dan just gave, you have a dry cleaner, or you have a laundromat, and if you have a business that is local, that you service people, what a great opportunity to have the local marketing going on and let them know about your protocols. I know that's something that Jorge has been doing with the local staff. Like right now, there's a lot of fear. And because of that fear, people don't want to go places. You want to create safety around your business and the positioning of your business. You want to let them know that you are a great and safe place to go to, even during this pandemic, that you're taking precautions, that you're taking care. If you're a doctor's office, show them around, show them what you're doing, and invite them to participate in something special so they can get free services. So you can leverage that opportunity that you're putting this contest together, you want to give them some value, you're giving away gift cards or services or value, you're trying to create this excitement about it. Maybe you're giving a 1-hour free session of something to everybody that participates, or a 15-minute consultation session, or whatever the case may be. We talked about having something that everybody gets, right? something of value that everybody gets, so you can actually give value to everybody, we can call that a sort of humanitarian campaign in which we're banding together as a group, as humans, because during these very difficult times, we want to be able to help each other out. Because if you help each other out, we are going to be better together instead of just being on our own trying to fight this virus and this battle in the world today that we are going for right now. So whatever opportunity that you have to let them know that you mean business, that you are safe, that you're taking precautions, that you want to help them. If you're a local business, not an e-commerce, and you need foot traffic to be able to generate income and sales, well, you still can actually come up with an offer like that, but also make sure that people know that you have their safety in your mind, and you want to make sure that that they know that if they come visit you, that you're going to take care of making sure that they are well protected by visiting your office. I know, Jorge, you have been doing this with some of our local accounts. So you want to tell them a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so it was just basically that. Like, you want to show people that want to take some video of your off, but sure that you have your masks on and stuff like that. Where we've taken video footage of the cleaning process and whatnot to communicate that safety. It's very important to a lot of people, and there's a lot of fear around that. So you have to provide that that safety and that calmness about that whole situation.
That's right.
Exactly. And then I know a lot of people will think, okay, well, we only have a week. What do I do? It's a week. It's 1 week out. Black Friday is almost here. Well, just because you run the contest for 2 weeks doesn't mean you can't use it for Black Friday. You can build the list for 6 days, and then on Wednesday night, whatever list you happen to have built, send them an offer. Thank them for joining your contest and let them know, hey, we're participating. Happy Thanksgiving, but save 20%. Get a free, buy one, get one free. Whatever your offer is, just because the contest isn't over yet doesn't mean you can't use the list you're building. We have contests that are currently going, and we're still marketing to them, giving them value, communicating with them. And I know a lot of people will probably say something like, well, how do I seed this audience? I don't have anything. Well, if you have a Shopify store, pull your data out of it, make a lookalike of it. If you have page engagement, make a lookalike of that. Find people that are very similar to what you're looking for and expose them to your products and services.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's no reason that local restaurants, for example, can't use Black Friday too. So give away, 100 people are gonna win a free meal or something like that, and use this out viral to help you spread the word and make it go viral. So
very cool stuff. Okay, good. So for those people that are out there right now listening to the podcast or are watching this live broadcast, what would you say if they say to you, well, I don't want to run a contest. I just want to do direct sales. My product is so good that I know people can buy it if I just present it to them and I'm talking to the right audience. What are strategies that you can have people focus on right now during this holiday season? Again, just being a week away from Black Friday with all this craziness and massive competition, because there's a lot of brands that are out there trying to compete for attention. And then going into the holiday season, we do have some successful strategies that are selling products to cold audiences, people that don't know who we are. What are your recommended strategies? Jorge, you want to start there?
So I would have two things, and I know Dan can help me expand on this, but the very first thing is user-generated content. I've been talking about this for a while now, especially here in the office. It's like we're hitting and hammering home this point because it's working very well. So what does that mean? This basically just means videos that maybe your audience, your customers have provided to you, influencers, something that looks very social friendly or very social native. And so all you got to do is take out your phone and make a little content video or take some images. And you don't need anything like, Photoshop. You want it to look very much like a picture that you would just share with one of your friends. So we want to use that, and Dan can expand on what kind of videos we're using for that. But the other thing I'll say is that you should be using the messaging that you're using, because this is direct sales. They probably haven't heard about your brand. You want to make them aware about the problem that your product solves, and then list out the benefits after that of your product.
Yeah,
Exactly. Something like as simple as pulling your phone out. Let's say you sell a supplement. Pull your phone out, talk about the supplement or your car keys or a key fob, and say something like, show it to them. And then in your headline, put, the fastest way to get whatever result it is you're trying to get. And then you just use a little user-generated content. It doesn't come across as marketing, and you speak to your customers like you're sitting on the couch and you're buddy to buddy, and you're just telling them, hey, how you're trying to help their lives. And it's very effective, and it doesn't take all that much work or thought to do it.
Yeah, so we are
Yeah.
marketers here. We have a marketing agency. It's 70 of us. It's a lot of people. What people don't know out there is that we are the ones, in many cases, creating our own content. They don't know that because people out there are not marketers. And because they're not marketers and they're consumers, they're employees, they have their 9-to-5 jobs, they don't own businesses, whatever the case may be, because they're not marketers themselves, they don't know that we are doing this in this way. So I'm not trying to be dishonest here. We do have a real, actually video created, and I'll show you guys an example of that in a second. But this is something that these guys have done really well here at AGM, and they have given us some of the best performing results. I'm talking about returns on investment of 8, of 10, of 12, of 6, even anything that's above 3, I consider to be a good return. If you invest $1 and you get $3 back, that's like your chances of making profit.
Especially with
there.
direct sales.
With direct sales, actually, just finding top of the funnel audiences, that's actually quite powerful. In social media, a lot of people struggle to get that return on investment. The beautiful thing about social media right now, which has not always been the case, is that you can really track the activity of your ads. If you guys don't know about that, well, that's a lesson for another day. It's another session. It's not going to be today, but there's things on these websites that they're called pixel codes, tracking codes that you can put on this website so you know exactly what's happening. If you have a Facebook pixel on, let's say, a Shopify channel, or let's say a ClickFunnels page or a WordPress site, you know exactly what that Facebook ad is helping you produce. How many leads, how many sales, the actual value of that sale, the total conversion value, the average order value, that data is all there. So when you look at all that data, you can really evaluate if something is successful or not. You don't have these tools if you go to Vegas. You cannot, evaluate your chances of winning. It's all like based on ridiculous odds. If you get to put $1 and consistently get $4 back, why don't you put $100 and get $400 back? Like, why don't you keep on doing this consistently? Well, it doesn't make any sense not to. There is a process, and it's like what I tell my clients all the time. You can't really go from $10,000 in advertising a month to $100,000 next month. It's not gonna work. It's gonna kill your results. You give Facebook too much money, they're gonna kill your results. I have an actual lesson on my course called Never Tell Facebook the Truth About Your Finances. Don't do that, because when you give them too much money on not on a scale, just aggressively, they will spend that money and they will kill your results. Is it because they really have evil intentions towards you and they wanna have you go bankrupt? No, the reality is that they have something called an algorithm. And this algorithm needs time and it needs patience to find out who your audience is. And if you try to cut that line and take away the time and take away the patience, they're gonna spend that money and give you no results because they didn't have the time to help you produce that data, to help them get that data so you can get the return on the investment. So you go from 10,000 to 11,000 to 12,000 to 20,000 to 22,000 to 23,000. You go up slowly. The scaling process doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen over a month. It doesn't happen even just over a couple of months. It's a slow grind of spending that money slowly until you get to higher and higher levels of advertising. It really depends on where you're at. But the point is, if you're able to invest $1 on cold audiences and you find a campaign that you're getting results and you're getting $3 to $4 back, then you can slowly increase that. No more than 10% a day is what I like to have as a metric. No more than 10% a day. If you're spending $100, 110 next day, 100, slowly but surely you increase that thing if you're getting the results. But what Dan is saying, the example, I was showing this thing right here because this is an AirPod case, right? This is an Apple AirPod case. Let's say that I have a competitor of Apple AirPods, which there's a lot of competitors of AirPods. Actually, in 2018, the hottest selling electronic device around the world was not Apple AirPods. It was AirPods, the copies, like the Chinese versions of, like, the cheap versions of AirPods that were being sold for $40. It was the #1 best-selling electronic device. Apple did it better than everybody. They launched it, and then there was a lot of copycats that came in. Well, it went super viral. And if you go to Amazon and you search for AirPods, you're going to find so many variations of this. So let's say that I have an AirPod case, an AirPod product, and I want to show the world how similar it is to the actual AirPods. I mean, this device right here, the Pro, is $250. If I can convince people that the one that I'm selling is $20 and $230 in savings, and it's around the same quality, then I might be able to make that successful, right? So I'll give you an example. Again, I'm not thinking for a second to get into the business of selling AirPods, but the simplicity of it. So I got an iPhone 12 right here. This is like ridiculous. iPhone 12 Pro. It's super high quality camera. It's incredible. It's almost like Apple is a camera company because they keep on getting better and better on the devices of the iPhone cameras along the way. Video cameras and photo cameras are something else. Androids are also really powerful. If you just grab this right here and you open up the camera and you say things like, hey guys, so I just got this Apple AirPod right here, wannabe. It's not really an Apple product, but I thought it was so cool, and I really enjoy how it feels. And look, it even has the lights in the front and the lights in the back, and I actually was able to connect it to my wireless charger right here, and I didn't expect that. And wow, and yes, the sound is really cool. I mean, I put them on, and I was so impressed with it. And I think it's actually going to be something that's going to be worth my while, because when I saw it, I was like, it can't be $20. That's not possible. It has to be more than that. Why are they selling for $20? That has to be a scam. But I said, you know what? They have they have a refund policy in place. No questions asked. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make the investment, and I'm going to go for it. I just bought it, and I'm so happy with it. I just wanted to tell everybody else because I feel like I owe this company so much. Just like that, guys, I have a user-generated content video, and that's being generated by a user. I am the CEO of AGM Marketing. I'm trying to sell you something, but people don't know that I'm trying to sell them. So it happens like that naturally. You're selling without selling. People don't know you're selling them, and they trust other people. That's the thing that you got to keep in mind, guys, that people trust other people. They don't trust other brands. People trust their friends, people trust their family, and they trust others' opinions. They don't trust brands. They don't trust others that are not, that they look like marketers. And that's the world that we live in right now, especially on a world like COVID-19 with the pandemic, that people are holding back from spending in some things. You get rid of skepticism by providing that value up front and showing like that process. I know that we have Dan, what are the free categories? It's like the unboxing. Tell us about that a little bit.
There's an unboxing, which is sort of giving the customer the experience of receiving the item. There's a product review, which is also called a product demo, which is sort of like the experience of owning the product. And then there is sort of this more, you can make boomerangs, which is sort of like showing the product in motion, showing it in a different way, so you can catch people's eyes on social media. But one of the things that's important in the user-generated content is this whole idea of overcoming objections. So let's say your product is different, and you know that someone would have an objection to buying it. Well, you cover that in a very nonchalant way. You can say something like, I know that this product's only $20, but I'd rather take that $230 I just saved and take my girl out to dinner. And you talk like a regular person, and you overcome the objection. You get people to think about, well, hey, I can actually use that other money for other things. And so you sort of beat down those objections in a very nonchalant, conversational way, just like you were sitting on a couch talking to a sibling. And so the user-generated content, if you phrase your words correctly, are very powerful for overcoming objections, highlighting product offerings, and the unique selling proposition for your product or service.
That's hot. Jorge, so
those are really hot tips. I would also add to that.
Let me ask you a question. Jorge. Once you have that video, what do you do with that video or that I just produced right now, just like that? I mean, you can have friends and family do it. You can do it yourself. You can have anybody do it, right? Like, here's a box of shoes.
Yeah.
Help me do a video. Here's a camera, a bag. Help me do a video. Here's a testimonial from a client. If you're a service industry, let's do a little video. What you do with it? I know you wanted to say something else, but this is like just to complete
That's what I was
part.
actually going to get into.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's what I was going to get into. I was going to say that you can take that video and then make it look even more native by, let's say, uploading it to Instagram, the stories or something like that. And then you can add the text to it using the Instagram app. Why do I say that? Just because that's gonna, you can do that with editing software, but if you do it through Instagram, it's gonna give it the effect that it looks very native to the apps, right? As well as adding text is very important because a lot of people watch videos on silent on social media. So you want to add in some text that's gonna help you describe whatever the user's saying in the audio.
So you mean like captions, or you mean like adding like text above and below the video?
You could do just text because you don't necessarily need to caption the whole thing. If you just add in highlights of, like, let's say with your video that you did right there, I would start off with saying, don't buy, or maybe you could say something like the original versus this one, or something like that, and it catches your attention. You're like, okay, he's about to talk about AirPods, or maybe you can start off with saying, don't waste $250 on this.
How I saved $230.
Kind of,
how I saved $250, right?
Exactly, something like that grabs your attention, and now you're like, okay, let me pay attention to this, and then you add in some more text along the way, like you just said. When in your review video, you talked about that you hooked it up to your wireless charger or whatever. Add that as your text. Things like that. It's going to help you to convert.
And for those of you guys that have no clue how to add text on a video, there's a couple of things that you can do. One thing that you can do is learn the basics of a platform, a software like Camtasia. It allows you to really add simple text above and below. I know there's other free tools out there. Just look at video editing software. You plug in your video that you use on your phone, and you add a block of text above, a block of text below. You tell them exactly where you want it to show up, and it's not complicated. Even I can actually do that, even though I'm not a graphics guy. So it's very simple. The other thing that you can do is grab that video and give it to somebody on Fiverr. And if you don't know what Fiverr is, F-I-V as in Victor, E-R-R.com. For some reason, there's a second R. I never found out why. But Fiverr.com, maybe Fiverr was not available. And you can go in there and hire somebody and pay them $10 or maybe $20 to get you some text added above and below that video. And then in regards to the captions, you can add captions on an entire video, and it's very simple to do. There's free tools out there that you can utilize, or there's paid ones that are professional. For example, if you go to the free tool, which we also know as YouTube, you go to YouTube and you publish that whole video unlisted, you save it, you don't have to make it public, any YouTube channel works, and then you go to that video and you edit it, and you go to the caption section and you can download a file, and that file is called an SRT file, which is it's a very complicated acronym. We're not gonna talk about that right now, but it basically has to do with the timing of your words with your voice. So it puts your words together with your voice, with the software. There's other tools that also do that. But once you grab that file, you can plug that file into Facebook, for example, on an ad. And I believe Facebook also has the ability to help you get this set up yourself along the way. Once you upload the video, you can add captions there, or you can upload the SRT file that you got from YouTube, and now you have this thing with captions. And since a lot of people consume the videos on social without audio, having text is a very, very important component of it. Actually, the numbers came out in 2019. At the end of 2019, there was a research done by this company called Nielsen that found that about 70% of all people consuming video on social media are consuming the content in silence, meaning that they're watching the video and it has to be visual first before it actually has audio. Like, you have to focus on visual, because if not, you're gonna miss a lot of people that are in the bathrooms. It's the truth. People glance on Facebook in the bathroom. I know it's awkward, but it's a fact. In the bathrooms, in the bedtime, you're laying down, winding down, like my wife likes to say, you're winding down at 11 o'clock at night in darkness, and you have your wife or your husband next to you, and you cannot be blasting sound, and you have to consume content in silence, or you're at work, and you might be wasting your time. I might have some of my employees right now that I'm paying for their payroll, glancing on Facebook and wasting their time while they're on my payroll. They cannot blast the sound because they know that if they do that, they're breaking company policy. So the reality is that the world we live in today is a visual-only world, all right? If somebody's going to listen to content, generally they do it on the radio, driving in the car, maybe they're sitting down and watching some content, Netflix, YouTube, etc., because they want to learn something or they want to get entertained. That's different. Social media is a visual first platform, and you gotta look around and just understand that people are on dinner parties, and you walk by a table, and there's 25 people on that dinner table, and everybody is looking at their phones. Everybody. And that's just the way it is. Sometimes it's quite impressive, but every single one of these people are also glancing on social media in silence. They're not blasting the sound. None of them are, which tells you, maybe I should really focus on making sure my content is visual first, right? And then you can delight with audio on. But keep in mind that only 20-something% of people are actually consuming the audio, and most of them are not even caring about what your audio sounds like, all right? Very, very important note here. You got to make those audios, those videos very visuals. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get results. A small little detail like that could make or break the results of your campaign. Would you guys agree?
Yeah, I agree. I fully agree. I don't know if you could see this. I actually sent it to you by text, and I don't know if you can pull it up. But in this video, I didn't even speak at all. All I did was I demonstrated the product, and I used the text on this. And that's the whole ad. Actually, I edited this with a TikTok ad. But
leave it there. We're watching it. That's cool.
Okay, good. So this is basically, I just said 3 tips on how this product helps with bad breath or whatever, and then three reasons that you need this product. Let me play it again really quick.
3 reasons.
So then I just show the product. And then I say number 1 for those of you listening on the podcast. It's just it's a video. All I did is I put music on it, and I put some text on it with the 3 reasons. Each text is one of the reasons, and then I ended it with like a bullet point list of the benefits. So it's super simple. I didn't even talk on that one, and it actually it's doing very well right now. So
is that are you?
There you go.
Do you have it on your TikTok page? All right.
No. I just use the TikTok because they actually have a really good editor, believe it or not. It's actually one of the best editors for your mobile phone out there. So I make it with TikTok, I edit it all there, and then I just download it to my phone.
All right, so let's pause for station identification right here. This episode is sponsored by Coach Jorge, and you can follow him. you can follow him on TikTok, all right? Jorge, what's your username on TikTok?
So Jorge RODZ1.
Is Jorge Z? No, R.
No, R. Jorge RODZ.
Okay, so Jorge RODZ1. All right, check this guy out on TikTok. He has a few videos that have gone really explosively viral, and he's giving tips and hacks for e-commerce. A lot of it is e-commerce based. So if you guys want to get connected with Jorge and follow his tips, check out his TikTok channel, Jorge RODZ1. All right. So thank you for sponsoring the show today, Jorge. Appreciate that very much. I'll send you the bill for the plug. Just kidding. No, I want you guys to follow Jorge for sure. That's going to be super valuable. I'm enjoying it. I'm actually consuming Jorge's content all the time. He does way better than me with content on TikTok. All right, so that was a lot of value, guys. I mean, we're done now a little bit over an hour. We still have a bunch of people here live, so that's great. We're going to be posting this as a podcast. Again, Facebook did utterly fail us again. We're going to figure that out. I'm supposed to be the Facebook ninja, but hey, I myself am not perfect, and I have issues sometimes with the platform, but we'll figure it out. Facebook has historically had problems with their live broadcasting integration, so there's something going on right now. I'm probably going to have to upgrade and figure something out, but we'll get back to Facebook Live next week. If there's any closing things that you would like to say, either Dan or Jorge, let's go ahead and say them now. But otherwise, it was an absolute epic session, guys. We could be here talking for hours and hours and hours, but we got to get to work.
Yeah, for sure. We can keep it going. I'll just end with what Dan kind of mentioned this. Well, everything that you're doing right now for Black Friday, you can continue doing it for Christmas time in December. So you're building a list, you can use it in December. The strategies that you're doing now, you can also use them in December. In December, we're going to use another strategy for the 12 days of Christmas or whatever. So there's always something. You just got to get creative and use whatever's happening in present time to market your products.
And what I would add to that is don't allow the ideal scenario, the desire for perfection, prevent you from doing anything. What we found is with the ums and the ums and imperfections in the video, they're not killing the performance. What's real is real. And most people, when they put their social media, they just themselves. And so don't worry that the lighting's not the most amazing or that the pictures aren't perfect. Just get it out there, expose your brand to your customer base, and then if you want to change it up, then change it up. But use the data from what you're doing to make those decisions, not your desire to be perfect.
Awesome stuff, guys. All right, that was fantastic. So thanks for being here. We will do this again. I think we have to do this more consistently because it does provide a lot of value to people. So again, thank you guys for being here and spending time out of your very busy day, because I know you have an intense boss with very high expectations. So I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day and being on the Social Marketing Hour. I'll see you guys next time.
See you guys.
All right, guys. Hope that you guys really enjoyed the show today, and I want to thank you for being here again. If you're on the podcast, please remember to subscribe. And if you have enjoyed this session, if you enjoy in general the podcast and you want to keep on getting value from it, it will mean the world to me if you stop right now and if you write a rating and review for our podcast and let us know what you think about what you learned on this session and other ones that you've done in the past. All right, so that's all for today. One final thing that I'd like to mention: if you guys want to send me a message, I am building a text community of people. I let them know when I'm going live. Some of you guys might have seen that I was going live today because I did send a broadcast about that every single time, and I let you know what the subject is, what I'm about to cover, and get you excited about it. And I also give you information in regards to what opportunities I'm finding myself along the way as I discover things. You're the first ones to know about these opportunities. So if you guys want to send me a message, you can easily contact me. There is no moderation. I'm the only one answering messages here. There's no automation. It's all about me. It goes directly to my cell phone, 813-212-2196. All right, so anything that you guys want to ask me there, go ahead and shoot. Ideally, anything you want to ask me about marketing, all right? Let's not talk about things that are not necessarily my skill or my strength, but if I can provide value to you guys somehow, I would absolutely love to be able to help you. And I'm not always on time, but I eventually get to your questions because I do get quite a bit of questions there. So go ahead and send me your questions there, engage, introduce yourself, let me know what your business is and how I can help you. 813-212-2196. So without adding more into this social marketing hour, guys, thank you again for being here, and I will see you on the next